Hi guys, it's Karen. I am finally back, at least for a little bit. Things have been rushed and busy, and last weekend I had to actually unpack my craft room because it sort of became like the drop-off room. Drop everything in my craft room. I don't know what's wrong with people. But I spent all last weekend digging through it and everything else. And this is my new table. Joe found it somewhere for me. I don't even know where he got it. I've got one of my big cutting mats from quilting down on it, so it lays flat at all times. But the thing I love about this desk is underneath it is 3 plugins. So my glue gun, my heat gun, and my little lamp is plugged into it at all times. Love that. Love it. And I'm finally getting to doing some stuff. I have a rack that I want to send out to somebody that I just adore. I think she's a sweetheart. So I'm actually doing some things. But the thing that I came across the other day was this flower that somebody was making out of lace. And, you know, I was Skyping with Amanda yesterday, and I thought, oh, I got something new to share with you. Well, apparently, people, this lace flower is not new, okay? And there are people out in YouTube land that are just keeping it to themselves for some reason, because I have never come across it before. I've never seen anybody do a video on it before within my circle. Granted, it's not huge, but a lot of people make flowers, and it's like, why have I not seen this? Well, apparently they're hoarding it to themselves and keeping it as a secret, okay? And to that, I say this. Are we done? Yes. Gotcha, chickie. That's what I say. Anyway, on to the flowers. No, George, get away, buddy. You're hitting the camera, George. Back up. Other side. Excuse me for 1 minute. George, please. Back up, buddy. That's not a chew toy. You can't have Louise. Go on. Go on. Good boy. Stay there. Don't move. I'm sorry if he's jiggling, you guys. Chew toys, stuffed animals don't last long in my house. So, I gotta protect them and Louise. Anyway, let's get back to this. Now, this person, they had, you know, I'm not sure what kind of lace they had. But they, you take it. Now, mine are measured 10 inches long, and I've already done most of it, so you didn't have to sit here and watch me do a running stitch. But they are cut 10 inches long. You can do it with lace. This is one that I've already made. I hope I can't tell if that's blurry or not. You can do it with ribbon. Don't mind that big green ugly thing. It didn't turn out as pretty as what I thought it was going to be. But see how ruffled and stuff they look? And here's one that I've done, and I've done this in purple, and I don't change my thread out, as you can tell right there. I use the same that I'm using here on the thread, but see from the front you can't tell, and I've just not put a pretty on it yet. So and it doesn't have to be this kind of lace where, you know, there's a thing down the middle, because this purple, all that is flowers down the middle of it, and I still was able to fold it just fine. So, but you fold it in half, and then you do your, well, this is how I do it. I fold my lace in half, okay? And because I'm anal, it appears, about such things, and you know, because I do want it to be even. I take my bone folder, actually, and just put a crease in it Now if you're working with stretch lace, be careful, because you don't want to stretch it out of shape. But you do want it to get just a tad bit of crease, because what it does is it actually, when you're going down the line and sewing it, it'll help keep it even on the edges. So that's what I do. And then on this, it's easy because I do have that, you know, whatever that stitch is down the middle of this lace. I just sew in and out of it. So let's do this. And see, it's keeping it together for me, because I've, you know, pressed it with the bone folder. And then I'm doing this all the way to the end because I want to show newbies, because boy, you know, Amanda and Becky and them, they knew I had a hard time making these flowers, and them holding together, and they helped me with it some. And then I found my own little tricks that helped me. And it's just, you know, doing and learning. And believe it or not, you know, I worked in sewing factories, you know, Levi's, Oshkosh and stuff, but I've always been on a serger. You know, I've never hand done anything. So I'm not going as wide here. I found the stitches don't seem to matter the size. But what I'm going to do, where I've just got this last little bit here, can you see that? I hope you can see that. Is I'm going to make my last stitch is down. Okay? Because the reason for that, for anybody new, the reason for that is because what I do then is that I flip it over. I flip it over, and see, this is where I started my running stitch right there. And the knot is already on the back side. So you want to, when you get to the end, you want to make sure that your stitch is on the back side, at least for me, because what you're going to do is come right up beside where you put that knot. If I can do it without stabbing myself. And then, you know, be easy, pull together, and match your ends up. That helps me a lot. And match your ends up like that, and then just start pulling it. Can you see? Am I out of frame? Just start pulling it, and then I'm not the fastest at this yet. I'm learning as I go too. Pull it, and then I come back up again. I'm trying to come up not in the knot that I started, but beside it again. Go back down. I do that a couple times, and then this time I'm just going to take both sides like that, just a little stitch, so that I can put my, hopefully, okay, put my knot in there to secure it all the way. Because I was having a problem after I did this. It was like the thread was breaking. It wasn't breaking all the way, but it was breaking enough to lose the circle shape. So, and Amanda told me it had to do with something about how I was coming in up beside it or something. So I can't remember exactly what she said. But then just do, you know, spread your, just spread it around, and then pull these out. And there you have what looks like a double flower. Or, you know, two of them. Because here I've been wasting, and I've been wasting material and lace ribbon. Because I've been making two of them and then making one to sit on top. So, you know, it looks doubled. And you don't have to do that. This saves you. This stitch saves you, and I love it because you can take even smaller lace than this and fold it in half. Where'd I, oh, look right here. See how teeny tiny that one is? And that's just from the lace being folded in half, but you can make really tiny flowers really easy. Becky takes ribbon that's tiny, and Aunt Beck's crafts, and sews them. I can't do that. I mean, but I can fold it in half for some reason, and it works for me. And I get tiny flowers, and I love the tiny flowers. So, get done there. Just cut your thing off. put you a little piece of paper on there. And if it gets where, what I found too, like when you first get done, it can be like all bunched up and stuff, and you're thinking, how in the world is that ever going to lay flat? That's what pulling it out. I don't know if it stretches the thread and releases it to just let the lace relax a little bit, but I found that that does that. It'll help it to where it'll lay flat there. See? And then on this one, now I don't know, I don't see how you could do it with satin ribbon. But like on the lace here, I didn't do my ends. I didn't pay close enough attentions to my ends, and so it sat up a little bit higher. The one side did, and it really made my flower, I mean, you could tell it was, you know, funky. It didn't look right. So then with the lace, I could just cut it, and you know, you can't tell. You can tell now because I told you, but otherwise, no one, you know, on a project that would have never showed up. So you can cut your lace and hide that a little bit. I don't know how you would do it on ribbon, because if you cut that where it's already got a nice hemline on it, you would have to remelt it, and I would think that that would stick out like a sore thumb. So I don't know. But anyway, I hope that video tutorial made sense to everybody, okay? Just take your lace, fold it in half, match your ends up. You know, just do something, give it some kind of a finger press to start. Come in at the bottom with your knot. Make sure your knot is big enough that it won't slide through your lace. And then just do your stitch, your running stitch down. You know, and then when you end, make sure that your last thread on this side is coming out the back so you can hook it together. But yeah, and they turn out, it looks like you have double, you know, and you don't have to waste, you know, twice the amount of things. And I love them. I found something new to make, so that's always nice. But anyway, that's it. I've got a few more other things to work on. I have a canvas that I am working on, and I will be filming that because it didn't turn out the way I want, so we're going to redo it, guys. We're just going to redo it. Anyway, I've missed you all so much, and have a great day. Bye.